everyone, it's Fitz with a post-season, post-bowl game walk and talk that isn't walking at all. Still here at the Energy Center here in Houston following K-State's win. It's well past midnight, but I thought before we get on the plane tomorrow to head back to Manhattan, I'd give you a little bit more of my thoughts on what took place at this stadium in K-State's 42-20 win. First thought, what an incredible way for Skylar Thompson to go out. It's amazing. He completed 21 to 28 passes, 259 yards, 3 touchdowns. It was marvelous. He was laser sharp, particularly on third down. When they needed first downs, Skylar and crew converted them. I talked about Kleiman in my post-game walk and talk. That's marvelous. I don't know how he's not offensive coordinator after that, because the players are raving about the rhythm, the tempo, the way the plan was put together. He shined. He's a highly intelligent guy, and he showed that that knack you have to have as an offensive coordinator. That calling plays is kind of like chess moves. You got to string them together, and you got to be on top of your game throughout. Thank you, brother. And it's Coach Kleiman, wasn't it? It was just fun to watch. Deuce Vaughn ends this game, 21 carries, 146, 7 yards a carry. Malik Knowles had his best game in K-State history. I mean, he's had some good games. I can't recall other ones, but he hasn't thrived under the prior offensive coordinator. He just hasn't, and he was unhappy. I don't blame him. The offense kind of lacked some of the nuance, and the ball didn't get spread around enough. So Malik Knowles was really good. I started to make Malik my MVP, and I thought, no, I need to make it Skylar. And then I started to make it Deuce, and I came back to Skylar. Just a special group of guys. There's so much more I could say, but I got to keep my DDs under 3 minutes here. All right, I guess this is a walk and talk. I can go as long as I want. I'm distracted. In covering this team, one of the interesting things that I don't think I've ever talked about is I've never heard a coaching staff and players tell each other how much they love each other all the time. It's been a family at K-State for a long time. Bill Snyder established it, but Chris Kleiman's really picked that up. These guys are intensely close. They had some locker room issues last year. Credit to Chris Kleiman for cleaning that up, for making everything work this year. And now they've got a couple players coming through the transfer portal, one big-time get on either side of the ball, a quarterback and a linebacker. We'll talk about that more later, but it just feels like he's putting the pieces in place. He's still trying to grasp, I think, kind of the recruiting cycle and the scholarship management. And now that they've had some issues where maybe they're running short on scholarships. We'll see how it all plays out. I would expect maybe some more guys to hit the portal after this season. We'll just see how it all plays out as the team continues to walk towards the buses behind us. It's just been a lot of fun covering this group, and Chris Kleiman is a prince of a guy, and I'm really glad that he's gotten some success here, that he went through that 3-game stretch. A lot of fans were unhappy, but let's be honest here, in hindsight, Iowa State was playing the best football they played this season when K-State caught them. Oklahoma State were 2 really good teams. Well, by season's end, they were competitive with Baylor. It's the Texas loss that just kind of sticks with you. The Texas loss just is hard to explain. And this season's context really changes with 9 wins instead of 8. But 8 wins, as Chris Kleiman said after the game, Coach Kleiman said, 8's a whole lot better than 7. And he continues to build. This is his first bowl victory, as he said. He's won some national titles and climbed on the stage, but he never had won a bowl. And this was the first one, and first one of many, I think. And he's the first coach at Kansas State not named Bill Snyder to win a bowl game. And that's pretty damn cool. It's really cool.
How about them Cats?
He scared me. How you doing, man?
Let's go.
That was awesome. Yeah. The defense, you know what? I had no idea what LSU was going to throw at them offensively, and Joe Kleiman and company did a good job of clamping it down and keeping them to the 7 points, really, that were all that mattered for LSU. This game was out of hand by the time they scored their last 2 touchdowns. So much more I can talk about. And I'm sure the daily deliveries will include a lot of stuff about football as we look back. Onward to basketball now. Make sure you're subscribing to GoPowercat and YouTube and all those things that we do for GoPowercat. And I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you all for listening and making these walk and talks kind of fun. I've had a lot of fun doing them all season long.